Well, April is National Donate Life Month, which encourages people to give the gift of life through organ donation. And Dr. Colleen Jay is a transplant surgeon at Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center, and she joins us now to talk about the Living Donor Program. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
All right, so can you tell us about your Living Donor Program?
Yeah, so I'm happy to report that the Living Donor Program for kidney transplant at Wake Forest is doing well and growing. We did do 36 living donor kidney transplants last year, which is more than 30% increase, and we're on pace to do 50 this year. But I think part of what is really important to talk about today is it's actually still so far short of meeting our demand. So we have more than 600 patients on our list alone waiting for a kidney transplant. Nationally, it's 95,000. About a third of people get their kidney transplant from a living donor, and this is the only area that really can grow to meet the unmet need.
All right, now do you think more people are realizing that they can donate a kidney to someone and still live a full life?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is that we really need to do a better job of communicating with our community and increasing awareness. So after kidney donation, you expect the same physical function, same length of life, same health. We do a really serious job of working up people for kidney donation to make sure that we only approve people it would be safe for. And given that, we've seen that actually the largest growing group of living kidney donors would be unrelated people. So more and more as I meet people who are interested in donating a kidney, is that they've heard about the person they want to donate to through the local newspaper was one, and through Facebook and through a friend of a friend of a friend. So I think it's important for patients to learn to share their story because that's how they'll find a kidney donor. But also on our part as the medical community, we need to do a better job increasing awareness around this issue.
Now we often hear about spouses or friends donating kidneys, but are you seeing more unrelated donors or even strangers for that matter?
Yeah, social media has become a very popular way for people to let people know that they're in need of a kidney transplant. We also seen people be all sorts of inventive of making T-shirts and bumper stickers. Some people hear about it through their pastor, about someone in the congregation that needs it. I think the most important thing is just to be that person that can share the story for someone that they know needs a kidney transplant, because patients have a hard time doing it for themselves. And I'm amazed by the number of kind, generous people out there that are willing to consider kidney donation, but they need to hear about the need. They don't get the idea till they hear about someone in their community who needs one.
So if someone is interested in becoming a living donor, what should they do?
So all they would need to do is call us. You can see the phone number up there on the screen. Or they can email us, which works even better, at livingdonation@wakehealth.edu. That'd put them in touch with one of our coordinators who can tell them more about what it means to be a kidney donor, and also lets them start the process of sharing their health information with us so we can make sure it would be safe for them.
All right, good stuff. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.